Hello everyone, hope you're doing good. Welcome to the channel. At DC TechNet, we experiment a lot, we experience, and we are passionate to share our experiences with everyone. And we also like to do something different always. So do like, share and subscribe the channel. It will not take more than 2 seconds to click on the subscribe button. So let's see what we have today. Today we are going to touch base on a group policy processing order versus group policy precedence. This is one of the important questions asked in any Windows admin interview. Group policy processing order and group policy precedence. So let's dive into it. Let's understand the concepts and the outcome. So there are some prerequisites to say for today's session, and those are: you must have a fair understanding of group policy configuration and policy settings, and you must also know where we can link group policies. So we have say 8 to 9 videos on the channel explicitly on Active Directory group policy. So let's dive in. So let's focus on group policy processing order versus group policy precedence. So let's see that a Windows user can, or an Active Directory user can log on to any computer in the domain. Of course, he or she must have the proper permissions, but using the same username and password, the user will be able to log on to any Windows device. That is an Active Directory domain joined Windows device. This is the baseline. Now let us understand the group policy processing order. So the group policy processing order is local, site, domain, and then organizational unit. So always the local policies will be processed first, then the site level policies will be pulled and they will be processed, then all the domain level policies will be pulled and they will be processed, and last the organizational unit level policies will be pulled and they will be processed. So remember, the group policy processing order is always LSDOU. This is an interview question. Now focus that we are talking about processing. We are not talking about precedence or preference over here. We are talking about precedence, the processing order. So local, site, domain and OU is the processing order for group policies. Let's take an example of this LSDOU. Let's say we have this Windows system and the system boots, and we are on the Control-Alt-Delete or log on screen. And definitely this Windows computer will be a part of some OU, and there will be some say policies applied on this computer at various levels. Now remember, the user has not yet logged on to the system. The system has just booted up. The user has not yet logged on. So at this point in time, the computer side group policy settings will be applied because the computer is up and running now. So just the computer side group policy settings will be applied. So the local computer side policies will be applied. So this is processing, they will be processed, and then the site level computer policies will be processed. And if there is a conflict between site level policies and say local computer policies, site level policies will override the local computer policies. So site level policies will have higher precedence over local computer policies. And after that, the domain computer policies will be pulled and they will be processed. And if there is a conflict between site level computer policies and local computer policies, domain level computer policies will override anything which is in conflict. So domain level policies will have higher precedence over site level computer policies and local computer policies. And as this computer is a part of an OU, the OU level policies will be pulled and processed. And if there is a conflict between OU level policies and domain level, site level or local policies, OU level policies will override all the other policies. So this overriding happens only and only in the situation of a conflict. So the OU level policies has the highest precedence, then the domain level, then the site level, and then the local policies. Now remember, the user has not yet logged on to the system. Only the computer side policies has processed. Now an Active Directory user logs on to the system. Now let's see what happens when an Active Directory user logs on to this system. So definitely this user also will be the part of an OU. So the user side group policy settings will be applied now. So the site level user side policies will be applied first, they will be processed, and then the domain level user side policies will be pulled and then processed. And if there is a conflict, domain level user side policies will have higher precedence over site level user policies. Then definitely this user will be the part of an OU, so OU level policies will be applied, and in the say situation of a conflict, this OU level policies will override domain user policies and all the site level user policies in the situation of a conflict. So this is how the default behavior of group policies. So remember, the processing order is always LSD OU, local site, domain and OU. However, the precedence is always exactly the opposite. OU, domain and then site, that's the precedence. So this means that the policy which gets applied at the end will have the highest precedence. But again, there is a caveat over here. This is only say applicable in the situation of a conflict. For example, if you have set a domain level policy says that command line or CMD is disabled for the user, and an OU level policy says that, it explicitly says that command line say CMD is enabled for the users. So definitely the OU level policy will have higher precedence over the domain policies. So this is the basics of group policy processing order and group policy precedence, and this is the default behavior. So a good admin will always make sure that there is no conflict between any domain level policies or any OU level policies at any level, or this will be the behavior. So let's summarize what we have seen today. So today we understood the group policy processing order, that is LSDOU. We understood the group policy precedence, that is OU, domain, site and then local. And then we also understood that the policy that gets processed at the end has the highest precedence. So hope you have enjoyed today's session. Do share this video and this channel, and I request you just comment on whatever you want, or if you're facing any challenges, or if you want new content. And have a great day. Enjoy your day.